of the NBA heart. There's been a lot of games. Here's the step back for a new Maverick record! And a Satan attempt is picked up by Luka.
Oh, no.
Some Luka magic!
The hook shots.
Just took Aldama to the cleaners. Finishes yet again.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the dribble drive. Turn, shoot. Got it.
Edwards, oh, what a move to the rack!
22 advantage on the glass for the Wolves. Edwards. Yeah!
Pressured by Dort. Backdoor cut. And Jokic beats it with that left-handed flick.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the wild, unpredictable and absolutely packed 2025 NBA Western Conference. If there's one word to describe this season, it's absolute chaos. 12 teams, possibly 13 if you're a San Antonio Spurs believer, have playoff aspirations. But with only 8 spots, the margin for error is razor thin. This is going to be a season where even a small injury could make or break a team's playoff hopes. So buckle up because we're about to break down who's on top, who's chasing, and who's headed for the lottery. Let's start with the teams that are considered favorites to win the Western Conference. According to BetMGM, here's how things look in terms of odds. Oklahoma City Thunder are plus 300 to win the West and plus 500 for the title. Denver Nuggets come in second, the Mavs third, and the Timberwolves fourth. Now, the one thing I feel confident about, the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be the #1 seed. They were last season and they've only gotten better. They added Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein, 2 key players who bring versatility and toughness. Hartenstein's out until December with a hand injury, but that shouldn't slow them down too much. OKC has the depth and the star power, led by Gilgeous-Alexander, to stay atop the conference. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The next 3 teams, Dallas, Denver, and Minnesota, are so close that they could finish in any order, and it wouldn't be surprising. Luka Doncic in Dallas is my pick for MVP this season, and with Kyrie Irving there to provide scoring support, Dallas is going to be elite again. Denver, on the other hand, has the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic. Anytime you have Jokic on your team, you're simply a contender. He's one of the most complete players in the league, and the Nuggets have built a strong supporting cast around him. Minnesota is the wild card. They have a talented roster, but I'm not entirely sold on the fit of Julius Randle with this team, especially come playoff time. Dante DiVincenzo is a nice pickup and he should help them, but Minnesota still feels like they're a notch below Dallas and Denver. That said, any of these 3 teams could be serious threats, and it's going to be a battle for playoff seeding all season long. Let's move to the fringe contenders, where we have the Phoenix Suns and the Memphis Grizzlies. Phoenix is a team that, on paper, looks like a contender, I guess as they always do. They've got Olympians Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and they've added Mike Budenholzer as their coach, who will be tasked with getting this team to play better defense. The Suns' ceiling is high, but the concern here is health. Durant and Booker have both missed chunks of time in recent seasons, and if they can't stay healthy, Phoenix will struggle to get out of this tier. As for Memphis, they were the #2 seed not so long ago, but were derailed by injuries last season. If Ja Morant returns to form and Zach Edey can hold down the paint, they could get back to the top of the standings. However, that's a big if, and Memphis has a lot of work to do to prove they belong back in that elite conversation. Now we get to the teams in the playoff or bust category, and this is where the chaos really begins. I'm talking about the New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Houston Rockets, and LA Clippers. This group is bunched up so tightly that 5 games could be the difference between avoiding the play-in tournament as the #6 seed and missing the playoffs entirely as the #11 seed. That's just how close the West is this year. It's going to be absolutely insane. Let's talk about New Orleans first. They're going small, with Herb Jones reportedly as their starting center. It's a bold move, but if Zion Williamson can stay healthy, the Pelicans could surprise a lot of people. Sacramento, meanwhile, is still heavily relying on their mid-range and outside shooting, and the question remains, can they get enough stops to win games? The Kings can score with anyone, but defense wins in the playoffs. Golden State has their own question marks. Who's the second shot creator behind Steph Curry? Can Buddy Hield take on that role? And as always, how long can an aging core of Curry and Draymond Green hold up? The Lakers are hoping for another relatively healthy season from LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They've added JJ Redick to run the offense, but will that be enough to push them into contention? It's really hard to say at this moment in time. Houston is all about their youth movement, and they've taken big steps forward. The question is, how quickly can these guys develop into a cohesive unit? Finally, we have the Clippers in this category. They've brought back James Harden, but is that really the answer? Harden is a ball-dominant player, and with Kawhi Leonard's health always in question, the Clippers are a massive question mark this season after losing Paul George. The San Antonio Spurs are next in line, sitting just outside the playoff picture. Victor Wembanyama, the most high prospect in years, could be enough to get them in the play-in tournament all by himself. Add Chris Paul as a mentor, and this team could make some noise and be really fun. They're young, but they have potential, and if Stephen Castle can step up, the Spurs could surprise a lot of people. Finally, let's talk about the teams likely headed for the lottery. There's always got to be them, and that's Utah and Portland. Utah has a star in Lauri Markkanen, but they don't have the depth to compete in this stacked Western Conference. At some point, they'll pivot toward the lottery. Portland, on the other hand, has already signaled that they're building for the future. They've got a lot of young talent, but this season is all about developing that young talent. Keep an eye on who emerges as a part of the Blazers' long-term future. So that's a look at the NBA's Western Conference for the 2004-2025 season. There's so much talent in the West, and with teams packed so tightly, it's going to be a battle from start to finish. Who will rise to the top out of all the contenders we've discussed? Can OKC hold on to the #1 seed? And which team will emerge from that crowded middle tier to make a deep playoff run? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos and NBA content. My name is Damian Peters. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.